don't know about this lip neither, but it's on. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hi. So theoretically, you all should be seeing this video before Thanksgiving, and honestly, I have been wrecking my brain trying to figure out what I'm going to wear to the living room. I have a few fragrances in my Thanksgiving lineup that are tried and true that I absolutely love, especially during this time of year. I have a couple of fragrances that are still relatively new to me that I want to continue spending time with and getting to know. And then I have a couple of fragrances that I never smelt at all because we love cute chaos here. We're gonna go ahead and dive into my recommendations, a bit of a mini haul slash first impressions review situation in just a moment. But before we get into today's video, please make sure that you are subscribed and make sure you hit that notification bell, boo, so you don't miss when I upload another video. After subscribing and making sure those post notifications are set to all, also make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up because it's free. It really helps to support the channel and it helps us to grow. And of course, last but not least, never forget, if you are interested in any of the fragrances mentioned in today's video, to please shop via any available links and/or discount codes down below in the description box because it really helps support the channel and you gonna buy it anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you are interested in a mini haul slash first impressions, as well as figuring out what the hell I'm going to wear to the living room on Thanksgiving, make sure you keep watching. All right, so first up, I have a bit of a running theme, if you will, when it comes to the options that I have in mind for Thanksgiving this year. I definitely want to give snack, but I want to give sexy snack. You know what I'm saying? I still want to give grown, sophisticated, but I also want to smell delicious. So I thought that these first two fragrances may fit the theme, but we're going to find out together. First up is a new release. This was sent over to me from the brand. This is Sniff or No Noses Inc.'s latest release, Naughty Nona. And as you can see, this is, you know, giving fruitcake, which is very on brand for this time of year. I'm going to take the sleeve off, and it's the typical Sniff packaging, you know, pretty minimal, simple, basic, recyclable because, you know, somebody got to care about the planet, child. Here is a close-up of the bottle, typical Sniff packaging with the name of the fragrance just kind of embossed in Times New Roman all over the packaging. Anyway, not to be a font snob, but let's go ahead and dive in and see what Naughty Nona is giving, okay? It smells good in the air. Okay. It's good on the paper now. Sniff, wait a minute. I don't know the notes. Of course, I'll have this on the screen. As you can see, this is supposed to give fruitcake, and I am kind of getting that on the paper. Definitely gourmand-ish. Now, I don't have a scent of the day, but let's try this on the back of my hand and see if Naughty Nona is going to be my scent of the day. It's like when I first spray it, I'm getting something like liquor, like very, very boozy. It's very spicy too. You can almost hear the spice, the cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, whatever it is, kind of, you know, it starts to dry down, get sweet. I feel like I'm picking up like a lemon, citrusy, vanilla, but I'm picking up other fruits too. There's almost like a, I don't know, like a candied fruit situation going on that I'm picking up. And outside of like some citrus, I can't really pick up what the other fruits may be, but definitely fruits. There's like a bready, doughy, cakey pastry situation going on here. I like this. There's like a nuttiness to this as well. Almost like a marzipan, because it's getting more like doughy, if that makes sense, as it's drying down. And I don't know if flowery is the right word. Right, not like a floral flower, but like flour, like a pastry type of flour. There's like a dusty dryness, maybe like a powderiness coming through. Yeah, this is a like so far, not necessarily a love. It is Definitely giving fruitcake, and definitely not a linear fragrance. It's changing as it's drying down, which is really interesting. Definitely one that I am going to continue spending time with and fully forming my thoughts on. I'll probably put this on my December tray so that way I can really spend time with it, especially during this holiday season, because it really is perfect for this time of year. And definitely sound off in the comments if you've gotten your nose on this one. If you haven't gotten your nose on Naughty Nona and you are interested, of course, I'll have my link and discount code down below in the description box. But first impressions, it's definitely in the running for Thanksgiving. And again, this is Snif's newest release, Naughty Nona. I like that, but we'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and deep dive into this new one that I just picked up from Sephora. Speaking of Sephora really tried it with this fragrance's early release, alleged early release. I thought I was finna get this early. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was finna have this and already have this video done, edited, and uploaded for y'all, but no. That wasn't the case. The early access was a scam. I'll leave the fussing to Vanilla Macau. If you haven't seen her review of this particular fragrance, I'll go ahead and leave it linked up in the cards because she broke it down. Regardless, I did pick up a travel of the newest release from Kayali. This is Yum Bougie Marshmallow 81. This is still in the plastic. I have not smelled this. So we're going to figure out if this is, one, going to be a contender for my collection in general, but two, also see if it's going to be a good fit for the running theme that I have for my Thanksgiving tray lineup situation. So, taking the plastic off, here is how it looks. It's not going to show up well because it's a really soft baby pink, but who cares? Y'all don't give a damn about that anyway. Here's the travel spray. Let's go ahead and spray her. I'm going to spray this directly on skin. Again, I don't have a scent of the day, and I need to know. It smells like strawberry when you first spray it, at least in the air, but let's see. It smells like something I done smelled before. It's definitely giving like melted strawberry ice cream, like a really light, airy, not a super thick, dense, sweet strawberry milkshake, okay? Really, really pretty. But it's really, really light though, at least to start. I'm sure that this is going to, you know, get thicker, deeper, darker, sweeter over time. I can see this smelling similar to Lattafa Ziara, especially as that coconut comes out. And so far, the coconut isn't making me sick, y'all. So that's a good thing too. I feel like the coconut is just adding like a creaminess and like a smoothness to help everything come together. And it's definitely getting more powdery. It's playful, it's girly, it's sweet, it's flirty, it's fun, very cutesy, very demure. And it definitely gives first date, not date night, but I can see this for like, you know, a little cute date. Now, of course, with performance, longevity, and projection, stuff like that, I'll have to get back to you because this is my first spray, first impressions. And not to mention, Kayali doesn't necessarily have the best reputation for longevity to start, especially with new launches. I'm going to continue spending time with this and seeing how it develops over time. I do think that this is probably fresh out the factory and is not going to necessarily be consistent across the board, but also not necessarily be to its full potential because it's probably going to need to sit, which is a running theme I find with Kayali fragrances. They, you know, might start out, you know, with a little brisk walk and might take some time before they're able to, you know, take off running. So this is cute. I do feel like it smells familiar. I can't necessarily compare it to like Burberry Her Elixir because that smells like baby doll heads to me. This doesn't smell like baby doll heads to me. This definitely smells like an actual strawberry milkshake, just like a light, airy version of a strawberry milkshake. This is definitely a solid contender for my Thanksgiving lineup. But regardless, this is my first impression of the newest release from Kayali. This is Yum Bougie Marshmallow 81. Now, this first fragrance is still brand spanking new to my collection. At the time of me filming this, November 2024, I just acquired this fragrance this month at a perfume swap. This is Tom Ford's Vanille Fatale. I just told you all about this in my fragrance tray, I want to say. Of course, if you haven't seen it for this month, I'll make sure I have it linked up top. Of course, I am showing you the box because I haven't done a haul with this one just yet. You know, hauls make things official here. We haven't done a haul just yet, but here is a close-up of Beneath Fatale's bottle. And this is just the 1 ounce, which is more than enough, I find, for Tom Ford fragrances. Beneath Fatale, as you might assume, is definitely a vanilla fragrance, but as a non-vanilla girly, this is my type of vanilla. It's boozy, it's spicy, it's creamy, it's sweet, and it's perfectly unisex. Literally anybody can wear this. It's got a little zing in it, if you will, from some coffee. And it's not a super strong coffee that is going to be cloying or give me a headache, at least not so far, because it's not a super bitter, heavy, dark roast coffee and has a creamy sweetness to it. It enhances that vanilla in the best way possible. And it's, you know, a really sophisticated and just a grown vanilla. This is not a cupcakey, gourmandy vanilla, even though there are gourmand facets to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna smell like a snack, but like a grown and sexy snack, which is what I'm trying to give. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to give this Thanksgiving. This is not a kiddie table Thanksgiving type of vanilla. I think that there's some yellow florals in here as well, which in my opinion gives it almost like a creamy, almost velvety texture type of sweetness. Still been 70 and 80 degrees, so I just haven't really been able to spend time with my new babies, and a lot of my new babies are heavy hitters. Not to say that this one is a heavy hitter. Now, this is not a heavy hitter in the sense that it's loud, beast mode, room filling, projecting, go announce your presence as soon as you walk into a room type of fragrance, but it is substantial. Definitely one that I wouldn't necessarily pull out unless the weather is cooler, because it's sexy. And with this being a boozy, spicy, smoky vanilla, this is definitely for cold weather. I'm not wearing this in the summertime, but you know, do what you want to do. You grown. Can't give you too much on the performance and the projection of this fragrance just yet. I can confidently say not to overspray it, but I can't give you too much on my full impressions because I haven't really been able to wear it because the weather has not permitted. But now that it's getting cooler, allegedly, and we're getting into holiday season, I definitely want to spend more time with this because it applies. I feel like it gives holiday season, holiday party, holiday event, but I can also wear this to go get some wings at the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that type of vibe. Definitely one that I recommend getting your nose on, especially if you're a vanilla fan. But if you're not a vanilla fan and you want something that is not a cupcakey, girly, dainty type of vanilla, you want something with some bite to it, some interest to it, some layers, that is unique and sexy, and that you can share with your man or your partner, you know, however they identify. But yes, another one I have in my Thanksgiving lineup for the year is Tom Ford's Beneath Fatale. Also considering Tom Ford's Bitter Peach, another one that we've talked about fairly recently on the channel. I think I recommended this one in my Sephora recommendations. A classic, if you will, especially for the fall and winter. This is much like Beneath Fatale. Bitter Peach is layered and complex. You start off with some blood orange, which gives you citrus, but in a really interesting way. It's like a unique twang and depth that blood orange has that other citruses just doesn't give me. There's also the peach, of course, which is really sweet, but accompanying that peach and that blood orange fruity juiciness, there's also some patchouli, so it's really spicy, earthy. There's woody facets that gives it some warmth, helps to ground it, and there's a booziness that elevates the fragrance and gives it a depth and makes it not smell like, you know, a girly peach type of fragrance. Again, this is perfectly unisex. Anybody can wear this. And I just feel like holiday season is when Bitter Peach thrives. Not that I can't wear this all year round. I definitely can. More so during the evenings and the warmer months. But Bitter Peach is special occasion approved. Okay? Holiday season approved. It is sweet, but it's sexy and interesting. It's addictive. And it's a Tom Ford fragrance that lasts longer than that man. Bitter Peach to me just gives, I'm fun and know how to have a good time, but I'm also grown, so don't play in my face, which makes it perfect to wear to the living room for Thanksgiving, in my opinion. So yeah, another one in the running for Thanksgiving for me is Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. Another Thanksgiving contender for me is definitely Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion. This is the 100 ml period, gifted to me from my Scent sister Vania McCall. I don't know if y'all can see my little baby dent, but I've already gone through a travel of this and fell in love, which is why she gave me the 100 ml. So shout out to her. I'll have her channel linked down below. Devotion is definitely no stranger to the channel, but in case you are not familiar, Devotion is a zingy, tart, bright, zesty lemon, but it's definitely a candied lemon. So there's like a crystallized, sugar-coated lemon candy situation going on here, but still very much lemon, okay? Very much, okay? Very much that, especially when you first spray this. There's some orange blossom, which helps to cut through that tartness for me and gives it another layer of citrus, but also a feminine and sophisticated floral aspect to the fragrance that keeps it from going too far in one direction for me. And some fluffy, perfectly sweet vanilla. I know that Fragrantica has other notes, but that may or may not be true. But according to Dolce & Gabbana, this is only 3 notes. Very simple, but definitely delicious. And in the words of my girl Alexis, aka Boho Guru, this is just a perfect lemon vanilla gourmand fragrance. And she ain't never lie. She ain't never lie. And the vanilla and the dry down is airy, fluffy, and perfectly sweet. It's given lemon bar, lemon cake, lemon cookie with like a fluffy, sweet vanilla topping, frosting, icing. As a non-gourmand girly, as a non-vanilla girly, I absolutely love this, but I can recognize that it will not necessarily be for everyone, especially in my opinion when it comes to that citrus in the opening. Devotion gives me bright, uplifting, refreshing, happy, while also giving me warm, sweet, comforting, cozy vibes at the same damn time. And so I feel like that makes it perfect to wear to the living room for Thanksgiving. It's just delicious, and definitely one I would recommend getting your nose on. I've never personally had an issue when it comes to performance or projection, even with the travel spray from Devotion. This lingers on my skin, it lingers on my clothes, and it garners compliments. I've had people ask me what I'm wearing, had me write it down so that they can go buy it. I've told you all this story before. Definitely a perfect contender for Thanksgiving. So again, this is Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion. Another one I had in mind for Thanksgiving is Jojo's La Capitale. I know you see the dents, it's getting out of hand, but this one is just, oh my god. We have talked about La Capitale numerous times on the channel. This is absolutely no stranger whatsoever because it's so freaking addictive. But in case you are new here, 1, I don't spray this on no tester strip, and 2, I'm not going to spray this today because it really don't need it. When I be spraying it, it mainly just be for me. But La Capitale is a perfectly bright, syrupy, almost sweet, juicy strawberry peach cut through with some caramel, enhancing that sweetness but giving it a different texture and layer to the sweetness. Really fruity and flirty, and fruits always give fun to me, so this is definitely a fun fragrance. But there's some rose cutting through how sweet and flirty that is, so it adds like a maturity, but it also adds like a feminine something to it as well, and a little bit of texture to it that cuts through it just being a fruity, traditional fruity floral fragrance. Not to mention, there are some heavy hitter, quote unquote, niche notes, including some oud, saffron, and leather. All of that is all up in here. But don't be afraid of it, because while all of that's in there, it is blended to perfection. To me, this is perfectly balanced, sweet, airy, even almost. Like it's present without being too heavy. I can go in and spray this as freely as I want to without feeling like I'm choking myself or somebody else out. Now, That's how it projects to me. The Le Capital, at least to me, while it has those really heavy hitter notes, is not a super heavy fragrance. But once I spray this on, it's on, okay? This lingers on my skin. It lingers on my clothes. This is one that to me, especially with it having a really sweet and powdery dry down, is one that I more so get wafts of throughout the day. So I'll have moments where it's really projecting really strongly to me, and then moments where I don't really smell it at all. Definitely a more moderate, more tame fragrance, but it's still going to give me that sexy, sweet deliciousness I'm craving, and going to give me the ultimate walk by air, okay? Definitely a fun and fruity fragrance, but she got some money. She got her life together. She don't have time to waste. She has standards. She has boundaries. Just makes me feel like an addictive, perfectly sweet, grown and sexy fruit roll up, and I deserve that, okay? So in the running again for Thanksgiving is Jojo's La Capitale. Another fragrance I have in my Thanksgiving lineup is AI the Great and Navajas Parfums collaboration, Ambrosia Imperial. Their first collaboration, I should say. This is, again, no stranger to the... I know you see it. I know you see it. Ambrosia Imperial is, as I always say, the one and only banana fragrance that I will ever need in my collection. It's sweet, it's sophisticated, it's sexy. We love alliteration here. I don't even like banana. I am not a banana girly in real life, let alone in a fragrance. So let it be known that this is my one and only banana fragrance in my collection. This takes banana, caramelizes it, warms it up, add some liquor to it, a little ice cream, and just makes it airy and irresistible. This is so delicious. Somehow this manages to be a really dense, sweet, present, projecting fragrance while still being light and airy. This is another one that I can wear in all 4 seasons. This works in all 4 seasons without being too much or too little. I can layer this with a number of fragrances. I don't need no help, but layering is fun. There's also saffron in this, which if you've been watching me recently, you know I've been addicted to because it just elevates everything, and it also enhances the performance. And performance is definitely not an issue when it comes to this fragrance, let me just tell you. Also really musky, so if you're trying this out, definitely make sure you try it out on your skin. But easily one of the most unique fragrances that I've ever experienced, and definitely one of the most unique fragrances in my collection. It gives gourmand, but it also gives fragrance. And this is a constant scent cloud of just joy and wealth. Definitely one that I would highly recommend getting your nose on. And shout out to AI because this is now in Neiman Marcus. Okay, we love to see it. So if this is not one that you are familiar with or have not gotten your nose on, definitely get your nose on it and report back your thoughts. I just don't know what else I can say about this. Another absolute love at first sniff, and definitely a solid contender for Thanksgiving. And again, this is AI the Great and Navajas Parfums collaboration, Ambrosia Imperial. Now this last option I have in mind for Thanksgiving is honestly one that I kind of limit to holiday season. I really only reach for it this time of year. And once I show it to you, I think you'll understand why. This is another one from Jojo's, but from the Cosmorati line, and this is Italica. Now, those of you who are familiar with Italica might know that this is a beast mode mother. I think Italica was one of, if not the very first fragrance that Twisted Lily ever sent over to me. Of course, as usual, I'll have my link and discount code to Twisted Lily down below in the description box. You know they're my go-to for niche and high-end samples and full-size bottles, including Italica. But Italica is another one from Jojo's that I don't even have to spray because of how strong it is. It's nutty, it's milky, it's sweet, and it is so strong. This can easily go left. So you definitely want to mind your sprays. And because it has that really milky lactonic factor, again, this will not be for everyone. It's absolutely delicious. I believe the main character here is Almond. And it is definitely a really warm and almondy almond. I don't know. There's definitely a nutty presence there. There's also some toffee in this, adding some more depth, warmth, sweetness. It also adds to like that thickness and the lactonic quality of this in a different way. Oh my god, this is delightful. This is easily one of the most gourmand fragrances that I have in my collection, but an elevated bougie gourmand, because yet again, there's saffron, which y'all know I'm recently a hopefo, and the saffron elevates it, adds to the longevity, as I keep reiterating. You know, a number of people love reaching for angel share during the holiday season, but Italica is that for me, especially as we get into cold, holiday, special occasion type weather. Italica is a go-to for me this time of year. So again, in the lineup for Thanksgiving is Cosmopolitan line Xerjoff Italica. So folks, that about wraps up today's mini fragrance haul, first impression review, Thanksgiving fragrance trade lineup situation. You all definitely sound off in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Definitely sound off and let me know if you try any of these fragrances or if you're interested in trying them. Of course, if you are interested in trying them, definitely make sure you shop via any available links and or discount codes down below in the description box, because it really helps me out. After commenting on your way to watching another video of mine, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh my god, please. Talking on my lip gloss off, child. Sephora, don't piss me off. Oh my goodness, I don't know what is smelling so good. Andy, you just have to taste me when he's kissing you. Getting wafts of just deliciousness. Every time I move my hand, I just feel blessed. It smells like something. I don't know what it smells like. Wait a minute now. Somebody done sent me some money. Y'all turned y'all heat on yet? I done finally gave in. Comfortable in my